Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Compliment of the season. You guys, you made it. It's your favorite girl, NK Chami, and I'm super duper excited. I saw this look actually at Beats by Debs, and I really loved the makeover. It was so nice, and I was like, why not give it a redo? So I started to recreate this particular look as my Christmas makeup, okay, for the year 2023. Okay, so guys, I said no, it's going to be a Christmas setting kind of makeover. So I said add some little bit of a Christmas juice or a Christmas, sawdust to it. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit of a twist, but I kind of like the same way it is, right? So if you really are interested in this particular tutorial, please guys sit back and do not skip this particular tutorial. So if you're a first timer, you are so very much welcome. This house is big enough for each and every one of us. Don't let this be your last. Do it by clicking on the subscribe button, and trust me guys, you won't really regret that decision you just made. Okay, if you're a returning subscriber, you guys are just the best. We are the real MVP. You're the reason why we are still here, and the reason why we are still keep pushing on and on to ensure that this family grows bigger and bigger. So the first thing you want to do is to cut out this part of the eyes using a very light shade concealer or a very light shade foundation. I personally use the foundation from Kiss Beauty. It's not actually a normal or a common shade, but it's like an albino shade. So if you have that kind of shade, you can use it. But if you don't have it, you can go as well to use your normal concealer. It will serve you well. It's almost the same thing actually. Now I'm going to use my Lenor pigment to get this done. Okay, just going to use my powder puffer, just touch different shade and dab it into the foundation or your concealer depending on which particular product you are working on. Okay, like I said before, I used a foundation, so I'm going to start dabbing it using my foundation. Just dab it on the foundation, just ensure that it sinks into the foundation so it doesn't fall out. Remember that that the nail pigment is actually loose. Okay, like it's not a compressed pigment, it's loose pigment, so it can easily just fall out like powder. All right, so just keep dabbing it into your concealer or your foundation depending on what you're using. Okay, now I'm using my powder puffer. I'm just turning it the parts to different parts and then just picking the colors and tabbing it. So you see how easy it is and how fast it is for you to get it done. Okay, so please take notes, always turn your powder puffer, so ensure that you don't put a different shade on a particular shade, right? So ensure that red doesn't cover yellow, red doesn't cover green. Just have their shade in each place, but try to blend the demarcations. Emphasis on that, blend the demarcations, very important. So if you're done doing this, I'm going ahead to clean it out, but for now just ensure that it is properly placed in, you're dabbing it properly, you're blending it, ensure that each shade is overlapping each other very well. After that, I actually went ahead to spray. I used my Kiss Beauty face spray to spray on it, just to ensure that it is a little bit wet, a little bit moist, let me use that word. And then I went over again to overlay it and blend it well, since it's a little bit moist, so I can easily just blend each shade on top of each other. Do you guys? It will be easy for me to blend out like that. So when I'm done getting that out, I'm using my micellar water, Adventure micellar water, to clean out the fallout or any other shade that came out of the line. So I really want you to have the particular sharp line that we actually created the first time. Okay, so carefully clean out any other fallout or any shade that came out of the line that you don't really want to be there. So do well, clean the skin. This is actually the pigment I was using, Lenor pigment. So next up we have our foundation. I'm using the foundation, shade foundation, to conceal the edges first, ensure that the edge is actually very sharp. So after concealing the edge, you can go ahead to apply it all over the face. But for now, I really don't want the foundation to destroy what I've done for like a minutes time now. So guys, I was just carefully trying to conceal the line or the edges, ensure that I don't spoil what I've been doing for a very long time. So I did it down. I went ahead to conceal the up part as well carefully. I forget that I'm actually fast forwarding this thing, but I was taking my time when it comes to the concealing, so I won't just spoil what I've been doing all this while. So after which, I'm using my blending brush, my foundation blending brush, skin prepping brush to do this. Yeah, this is from MK Cosmetics, so I'm just using to do or to apply my foundation. I didn't really use a beauty blender today, guys. Like, I was so surprised that this brush could blend properly. Like, it did the job for me, so I didn't really use a blending brush for this. I just used this to blend everything, and it gave me that perfect blend that I really wanted. Like, I was not having those normal lines you get whenever you're using brushes. Okay, so I did my concealer using the brush. I did the blending, everything using the same brush, and you know, it came out pretty well, as you can see in the video. So when I was done with that, I went ahead to use my powder. That's from MK Cosmetics. So I'm just dabbing that into the skin. I went ahead to use the light shade first to imagine that we did our normal highlight and contour, right? So I'm going to just highlight those parts using a very light shade powder and carefully press that in before going ahead to use a normal shade on the other part of the face. So I really don't want it to be too serious, because the eye is actually the center of attraction, not the other part of the face like the skin work or the lips. But I really want the eyes to be the center of attraction. Okay, so I'm not going to do something so serious like your blush, all kind of stuff. No. So for the eyebrow, I just went ahead to use my normal David's eye pencil to, you know, cut out the shape I really want first on both sides before going to use my I think that's Carite. Yeah, Carite. I don't know. Yeah, Carite gel liner to, you know, go over it to give it that perfect touch. I really want it to be very pronounced. I really don't want it to be that kind of a faint brow. I want it to be very visible, so I had to use the Carite gel liner on it just to make it to be so pronounced. I really want it to be out there. Okay, so I did it on both ends and then went ahead to brush it out. So guys, if you are still with us at this very moment, I would really appreciate if you guys give us a thumbs up. Like, it will mean a whole lot to us. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, really please, for the sake of Christmas. Please subscribe to our channel. It may not mean a lot to you, but it means a whole lot to us, guys. So subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click on the notification icon, because it will mean a whole lot to us, guys. So at this point, I was actually confused on what to do, so I tried to give it a little bit of a twist. Like I said before, I want to turn it into a Christmas kind of setting makeup. That's the word. Well, a Christmas setting kind of makeover. So I'm using my normal, this is actually a lip stain, okay, a lipstick. Okay, this is actually Beyond Beauty Cosmetic matte lipstick. Okay, I just use this because I love the way the red is. It's actually very, very sharp, and to give me what I want, so why not? So I use the red lipstick to try to get that our Santa Claus cap, Santa Claus for the Christmas, whatever they call it. I really want to have that Christmas cap over there at the brow, so I use the lipstick for that. Now for my graphic liner, I'm using, I think it's the same thing as Carite graphic liner. Okay, no, this Usher, yeah, this Usher graphic liner. I actually have so many of them, so I was like trying to figure out which particular product I was using at the point in time. With this Usher graphic liner, so I'm using it to create that frozen eyes on the eyes. Okay, I really want to have that Christmas feel on the makeup, so I had to think of things that I can use to add together. Try not to make it to be too much anyway, but I want to have that Christmas feel, and you know, eyes is always a Christmas feeling, so I just want to add it to it. So back to my Christmas cap, I'm just going to go ahead to use my graphic liner to complete the whole painting process of the cap. As you can see, just make it to look more like Christmas. Okay, now when I'm done working on the cap, I'll just go ahead to, you know, think about other things that I'm going to add to the eye to make it to come out very, very lovely. Okay, now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to try to give that Christmas star on the face as well. I saw this actually from Beats by Debs, so I want to just add this to my own makeover. Just have that normal, kind of style that is just there, beautiful and neat, calm on the face. This makeup is actually giving me that chill because that Christmas feeling. I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm a Christmas kind of person, so I love it. Now, something that will remind you guys, please do not forget to make this mistake that I made. I forgot to make my contact lens before, so my luck is that my muse is not the kind of person that will cry easily. Although she cried though, but it's easy for me to put on her eyes. Okay, so if you have a muse that cries a lot, please do not try this at home. So always try to put your contact lens before you start your makeup whatsoever. But thank God it also came out well. I added my contact lens. I think I used green, a very calm green, because it's Christmas. So I'm going ahead to add a little bit of a frozen eyes again, but this one is a little bit smaller, not as big as the other side that we did, using the same graphic liner that we were using earlier on. So at this point, I said to go ahead to work on the lips. I told you before I wanted the eyes to be the center of attraction and not the other part of the face. So I'm going in with a nude lip combo. Okay, I'm using the brown to define the edge, and then went in to use nude inside, to blend it out, to give it that beautiful calm look. Okay, so PS, blend properly to ensure that you have what you want. I went ahead to use I think I went ahead to use my not really foundation, sorry. I used my eyeshadow, a nude shade, to dab on the lips to make it to become matte. I really want it to be matte. I really want it to be so dry. So I started adding my eyeshadow nude shade to dab on the lipstick, just so that it would, not be glossy. So back to my eye. So I'm using my mascara just to get the normal eyelid to be black, because obviously the pigment from the Lanel pigment was already standing very well on the eyelid, so I really want it to be black before I went ahead to fix the lashes. So that's pretty much it. I really want the lashes to be very long, so I actually went to use a very long and fat lashes, and went ahead over again to touch the mascara again. And so I'm using a pink shade liner for the under eyes. Like, I really want that part of the eyes to be out there, so I'm using a pink shade liner, and that's it, guys. I actually went to do some things behind the camera, but so this is actually the look we created. I hope you guys really liked it. Please, guys, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us, guys. For the sake of Christmas, I hope to see you guys again next year, 2024, when I'm doing my next Christmas makeover. See you guys in my next video. Bye.